for me. And before that, in the 80s, he called me up once. I thought it was a hotshot sailor from Rochester. Said, I want you to race the Freeman Cup on the rocking chair. And I said, oh, super. So I figured I was going to be the guy running that watch. I was Kevin Doyle's crew. What an ego, what a shot in the ego. But I got to tell you about one story. The greatest victory in Skip Doyle's life happened, I think, in August of 56 or 7. We were down racing the Alarm Cup, a 6-meter event that he won. But we were standing at the bar at the Rochester Yacht Club, either on Friday or Saturday night, two guys. In walked these two beautiful women looking for their dates from the Royal Canadian Yacht Club, their blind dates. And I'm sure we looked all over the place for those guys, but I do believe it was love at first sight because Edie and Skip Doyle married each other within the year. The end of my story.
I'm going to try to keep it about that, short and sweet. But my grandfather was my hero, and he wasn't my hero because of all of his sailing accolades and all that stuff. He was my hero because he was the biggest gentleman that I ever knew. He always took time to talk to anybody that wanted to talk to him. I remember we did a J22 Worlds in Rochester, and on the last day, the chief came up, and he had a receiving line of people that just wanted to meet the chief. And he took time and he shook everybody's hand and had a conversation with them, and I thought that was really great. Shortly after he passed away, Mike D'Addario told me that to everybody else he was the chief, he was a legend, and to you he was just grandpa. He was your grandpa, and that really put a lot of things into perspective for me because I realize that I have so many things in my life right now that I never would have had if it wasn't for Skip Doyle. This yacht club, I never would have been here if it wasn't for him. I never would have known any of you if it wasn't for him. So I'm eternally grateful to have been blessed to be Skip Doyle's grandson. That's all.
Yeah. Good job, Ben.
Yep.
It almost looks like Edie's up there.
I know. She looks just like her.
Doesn't
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me better now? Okay. Hi, I'm Nancy O'Donoghue. I live in Rochester, and I'm Edie Doyle's sister. It is so wonderful to see so many of Skip's family and friends gathered to celebrate his beautiful life. I am sure many of you are connected to Skip through sailing, so you know what a talented, ethical, enthusiastic sailor he was. I have never been on a sailboat, but I had the honor of being Skip's sister-in-law. On December 1st, 1956, he married my sister Edith and became a member of our family. And what a wonderful addition he was. He and Edie met at the Rochester Yacht Club, as Dennis has already told you. And it didn't take Edie long to realize what a wonderful, loving, and caring soulmate he would be. She turned on all of her feminine charms and used all of her persuasive skills to get him to realize that she was the one. The wedding was such a joyous day, and I can remember the huge smile on my sister's face the whole day. She was so happy, and I witnessed that exuberant smile so many times throughout their lives, every time Skip walked in the room. Skip introduced Edie to sailing, and they spent many happy years sailing together. And it wasn't long before they became parents. They were so excited, Skip wanted to learn all he could about parenting. So he literally read everything he could find before Kevin was born. Even after the birth, Skip wanted to be sure the transition into parenthood would be smooth. He was concerned about an article that he read about postpartum depression, which at that time, no one had hardly heard about it. He wanted to be sure that it didn't happen to his beloved wife, so he made sure that Edie had extra TLC and attention after Kevin's birth. Of course, there was no problem at all. They both took to parenthood like pros. Throughout the years, the Doyle's home would become the place for so many happy family gatherings. They both were outstanding hosts. Edie developed interest in other sports, such as skiing, tennis, and golf. Unfortunately, Skip was not able to participate in any of these sports with her, but never prevented her from pursuing them. He encouraged her in every way, even though it meant she would be away from home with her friends on many sporting trips. Every year, Edie held her golfing and luncheon party. Skip was the official food tester, a role he clearly enjoyed. He always made sure that he was out of the house before all the ladies invaded it, but he was always eager to return home after the event to hear all the details of our exciting day of golf. The word mother-in-law sometimes has an unappealing combination, but in our family, my mother and Skip became great friends almost immediately. I think the fact that she was such a good cook had a lot to do with it. Skip loved to sample the delicious Italian meals that she made. Many happy and delicious times were spent around the table, eating and visiting. Skip and Mother would often play gin rummy together. My mother was